Hi everyone, Thomas here and welcome back to another video. So today I'm back here for my weekly mansion build, and this time we're going to go ahead and create this mansion called Meadowhill Mansion. So if you'd like to go ahead and download it for yourself, it is up in the gallery now. My origin ID is real Thomas TV1. So this again is a little bit of a kind of, well, what I normally do is that I do like a traditional style with modern in it, but I would say that this is a lot more modern than my other ones, especially on the interior. And I use a few more different colour schemes that I don't really use a lot, which is purple. I feel like I've been doing the same, not the same thing, but I've been doing some similar things over the last couple of weeks. So I thought, you know, just trying to change it up wherever I can would be great. I am kind of in a little bit of a slump at the minute in terms of mansion build inspiration. That's why I may notice that some of them are looking a little bit similar. But if you have any ideas for themes of mansions I can do next, then please let me know. Somebody did actually suggest the idea of doing a kind of like my dream home, and I thought that maybe doing that as a mansion version would be great. So probably next week I'll be doing that. I'm actually just going to go ahead and find the name of the person who suggested that idea. I'm just going to look at my comments. It was by Chubich, I think. I don't know how to pronounce that, but I'll mention it again in next week's build if I do that. I mean, I haven't built it yet, so I don't know, but that's what I'm aiming to do. And yeah, so this build came in at, can't remember how much, like 400 and something thousand. I'm just going to go ahead and look on the gallery app really quick and see. But I do know that has 9 bedrooms and 9 bathrooms, which seems like a lot, but it isn't actually compared to some other builds I've done recently. I'm kind of like I've noticed like every single mansion build I do, the number of bedrooms and bathrooms are like slowly decreasing from like a crazy amount to like a normal amount, which is kind of good. So it was on the mega mansion build to do like maybe probably about a month ago now, I'd say. That had like 26 bedrooms, which is crazy, but it was supposed to be like that, like a totally out the box, you know, crazy amount. And it did have like 3 floors on a 64 by 64 lot, so you know, kind of understandable though. So I'm just trying to find where this lot is here. So it's taking a while to load, sorry about that. So it came in at 467,841 simoleons, and like I said, 9 bedrooms, 9 bathrooms on the 64 by 64 lot in Binland Bay. So I don't really know what else to like. I was going to mention something though, and I can't remember what it was, but I actually have been recording so many videos today. If this is going up on, what date will it be? If this is going up on the 3rd, then yesterday on the 2nd should have been the first like video of my Fix Me Thomas TV renovation series. So that's like, I think I mentioned this in the video as well, but saying like the series is called Fix Me Thomas TV doesn't really sound right. Like it just doesn't. Like I don't know what's wrong with that, but it just doesn't sound right. But that's a hashtag you can use. I'm just going to call it my renovation series, and then I'll explain that you can use the hashtag on the gallery to submit your lots. So if you don't know what this series is, I basically opened up this hashtag on the gallery, which is hashtag FixMeThomasTV, and basically what you all just have to do is submit your rundown lots. It can be any size, use any packs, use move objects, clutter, whatever. Can't speak. Move objects or clutter, whatever you want. Just the only rule is to use no CC, but apart from that, do whatever you want. And I'm kind of just trying to go through all of them. I'm only doing one a week, so if it takes me a while to get around to them, then, you know, apologies for that, but it's just that I've actually got quite a few. I think I've got about like 7 or 8 submissions as I'm doing this voiceover, so that's actually a lot more than I thought it would be. That was one of the worries about starting this series, is that maybe people would, you know, like submit stuff for the first few days and then people forget about it, and then the series will be ended like within like a month. So I'm kind of glad about that. And yeah, so right now we're just working on the interior. I know we kind of jumped ahead, but this build took me about an hour to do, which is like no time at all. I don't know how on earth it took me that short amount of time, and you're probably wondering like, well, most of these mansion builds take me between like an hour 30, hour 45 to 2 hours, which again is no time at all. So this is kind of even less time than that. And yeah, so the colour scheme inside is a little bit kind of contrasting to the outside. I don't really use a lot of darker colour schemes, I've noticed in my mansion builds. They always seem to be very bright colour schemes. So I did go ahead and use a lighter one on the outside, but I thought it'd be nice to kind of change it up for the inside. As you can see, we're using kind of like these brown colours here. And on the outside, we actually did use 2 different texture wall coverings that I haven't used in a while, which is the stone from the Bowler Knight stuff pack, and also the green siding from base game, which I never, well, I do use quite a lot, but not recently. It's a colour that I started using in the house builds and stuff, the green coloured siding, because it's something a little bit different. And then I kind of went off it a little bit, and now I'm kind of using it again. So I thought it would be nice to include it in a mansion build today. And we're using a lot of jungle adventure items, as you can see here. I do normally use the parenthood kitchens, but I just really like this sort of kitchen recently, so that's what I've been doing. And yeah, so I don't know if I mentioned, but I've done like 6 builds today, which is pretty crazy. I did this all in like, well, I did most of the exterior yesterday, and then I'm doing this, all the interior today. And it's the 28th that I'm recording this on, which is great because I'm kind of like a week in advance of this going up. Well, I mean, minus 1 day, because it's currently Monday today. This is going up on Sunday, and yeah, so that's great because normally what happens is that I start the mansion builds on the Wednesday of that week, and then just so I'm like a little bit ahead of myself, and then I kind of do most of the exterior on that day, and then I normally come back, well, I try to the next day, but it always ends up being on like Saturday, like 1 day before it needs to go up. So I'm really glad that I managed to get this all done before, you know, before Sunday, which is great. And yeah, so I'm trying to think what else I was going to mention here. There was something that was coming to me, but I've totally forgotten. Nope, it's totally gone. But actually there was something else that happened today. I'm not going to mention too much about it because I don't know if I can say that much about it, but I did kind of get this offer from a indie game developer for like a sponsorship, and the game actually seems pretty cool. So I've been talking to this company about this thing, so I'll probably be doing some kind of content about this particular game. It's not like it's my first sponsorship outside of Sims related, you know, stuff, but I probably think maybe in the next couple of weeks. I don't know. I have to say it's kind of in the early stages. I have to see if it all kind of goes ahead. That's why I'm not going to mention the name of it in case it doesn't. But you know, I'm actually kind of excited for it. So I'm always kind of liking to find other games as well, which are not The Sims, because I've played this game called Fee, which I got early access to a little while ago, which was it's not like, well, of course it's not The Sims. It's very, very different to The Sims actually, which was great because I am trying to kind of just, you know, expand on types of games I'm playing, even though that's like the only one. But you know, I'm kind of glad about this next game that I've been mentioning just here. So hopefully I'll be doing some content about that soon. And yeah, so what else was I going to mention? It was something about the, oh yeah, well, how I've been like, you know, mentioning I want to, you know, try other games and stuff. Well, that's one of the reasons why my channel name doesn't have the name Sims in it, because when I started it, I didn't want to kind of restrict myself. And of course, if you do have Sims in your channel name, then you can play whatever game you want. But I just kind of felt I shouldn't really put the Sims in my game name, just so I don't restrict myself. And I don't really know what types of games I was planning on doing when I created my channel, but I just didn't really want to restrict myself in case I change my mind in the future. So, you know, let me know if there's any more kind of other games than The Sims that you want me to kind of try out, then that'd be great. And yeah, so we're just working on this area here, which was the dining room. I wasn't originally planning on doing that just because it, well, just slipped my mind really. But I felt it was kind of too many rooms to fill, so I thought it'd be a good idea to go ahead and do that. We've also done the living room, and this is the laundry room. The laundry rooms always end up being pretty big in these mansion builds. Well, I mean, it's a mansion build after all, so it's going to be a little bit big, but they're always pretty crazy, these laundry rooms. And yeah, so we're kind of, as you can see here, using green, which is a colour swatch I use a lot on the interior, but we've also got purple in there as well, and also the brown colours like I mentioned earlier. So it's currently a bank holiday in the UK today, and if you don't know what that means, it's basically kind of like a, I don't really know what it is, to be honest. Well, I know what it is, but I don't know how to explain it. It's basically kind of like where everybody's got like a day off work, but it doesn't really count for me because I'm on my study leave now anyway, so it's just like another day for me really. But it just meant that kind of opening times for like shops and stuff were different today, because I went out this morning in my car. I was going to go, well, I went with my sister. We were going to go for a coffee and then just go to this, like, just by the seafront for a bit, and we're kind of drove past the coffee shop, but it was closed, which, you know, I mean, I should have kind of thought on that was a bank holiday, because, you know, normally opening time's a bit later, but this particular coffee shop normally opens at like 7:30 in the morning, so we got there like just before 9 o'clock, which, you know, if we just left it a few minutes later, it would be fine. And then went along to the seafront, but it was just totally foggy, so I was like, you know what, there's no even point So we turned back around for a bit to go back to the coffee shop, so we just went there and then came back home. So, you know, pretty eventful day, not. But I did actually get a lot of videos done today. I don't know if I mentioned this earlier in the speed build. I don't know, I've kind of paused like a few minutes ago, so from when I did the first bit of the voiceover, so I can't remember if I mentioned that or not. But I've just been in a very inspired mood today to do build, so I've done like 6, which is great, because I do have my exams coming up from the 4th to the 18th, so I am, you know, wanting to get some videos pre-recorded so I don't end up missing builds and stuff like that, because once the exams start I'm probably going to be even more stressed than I am now, so I don't think I'll be able to get any videos done during that period. So I am trying to make sure I can get all those videos pre-recorded so I don't have to worry about them during that exam time. And yeah, so it's also great because when the exams finish on the 18th, I then kind of, well, 2 reasons. The first thing is that, you know, I was going to say cats and dogs. I said that in my other video the other day as well. But Seasons, there we go, is coming out on the 22nd, which is great. So I'll be all finished with my exams and everything, then I can just play that. And also once our exams are finished, I'll be finished with college and school forever, which is great. I mean, I'm going to have to get a job though, but I mean, I'm going to have like a month or 2 off. I just need a bit of a break. So, you know, it'd be nice to kind of play The Sims for a bit then. And yes, so right now we're just working on this room, which is the kind of study room, and you'll notice that I do this thing a lot with the study rooms in these mansion builds. It's that I do the desk like that in the middle of the room, and then I put kind of 2 seats like you can see here in front of the desk. I do that as kind of just like as if like somebody's having a meeting there. I don't know what the thought process is behind that. It just always seems to be. It's probably because every single room in these mansion builds are huge, so it's kind of just a space filling thing, I suppose it is. And yes, so we're just working on that. We've done the laundry room. We do a gym as well, which is something I've been doing a lot more in my mansion builds. I don't really know. It's just something that I forgot like to put in the past. So I've been doing that a lot more. We've done like the outdoor kind of furniture, as you can see. It's very minimal though, and we've got like a very big pool and also kind of like a seating area and a barbecue as well. So right now working on the bedrooms. A lot of the rest of this footage is mostly bedroom builds, so well, bedroom room builds, I suppose. So I didn't include all of them because they kind of are very repetitive. The way I build rooms, just the process of it is kind of the same, and I feel like we all kind of have our own styles of building particular rooms, so you know, that's fine. But it just means that I didn't include all of them because I thought it'd be boring you a little bit. So I think this is like a kind of just like another sitting library sort of room. I do these just so the number of bedrooms doesn't rapidly increase, because that's what always ends up happening when I kind of run out of room ideas. But I put like, I think there's one of these downstairs as well. And yes, so I don't know how many rooms it is left to do. I also do a few off camera as well, like how I do all the bathrooms off screen, because they're all, like, I'm not even exaggerating, but they are literally exactly the same. They all have the same flooring and wall coverings, but that's again the same thing that I think a lot of us builders do, is that bathrooms are very, very boring. So I always kind of just do the same thing to get them, you know, over and done with, and don't include the footage in the recording folder. In the video files, I suppose. That didn't make sense. Anyway, so what else happened today? Oh yeah, I actually got a follow back from SimGuru Ninja a few hours ago, which was totally unexpected. Which I've been following on Twitter for such a long time. It was like 2 hours ago, and then it said SimGuru Ninja has followed you back, so I was pretty hyped about that. I don't know how many Sim Gurus follow me on Twitter. I know there's Sim Guru Kimmy, which I think was the first one, then Sim Guru Megs. Who else is there? There's Sim Guru Sarah and Sim Guru Kate, and now Sim Guru Ninja. I'm pretty sure there's somebody else, and I can't think who it is off the top of my head. Nope, I can't remember, but I'm pretty sure there's another one. And yes, so I think this is maybe the last bedroom, or the second last one that we're working on here. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap this voiceover up here. But I really hope you enjoyed. If you have any more suggestions for mansion builds, or just videos and builds that you want to see in the future, please let me know, because I'm always open to suggestions. You can do that in the comment section, or even send me an email as well, because that's probably the best place to do it, because I don't get as many emails as I do mentions on Twitter and comments and stuff. So in case I ever miss it, then that's probably the best place to do it, so I definitely say it. So my email address is down below in the description if you want to send me there, and also it's a good place to do it if you have any kind of like pictures or floor plans attached to it, then that's also a good place to do it. And yes, so thanks for watching. Make sure to leave a like, comment, share and subscribe if you haven't, and go ahead and download this from the Sims 4 gallery. My origin ID is real, Thomas TV1, and I'll see you all next time. Bye!